Joe and I have been members here for 14 years. And while we've always pledged to the church, our reasons for doing so have changed over time. In the beginning, we pledged mostly out of a sense of duty because we felt like it was the right thing to do. But after years of serving in outreach ministries here, I can honestly say that we're inspired to give. And surprisingly, the thing that has inspired our giving the most has been witnessing the true spirit of generosity that our neighbors living in poverty possess. The poor may not have much, but in my view, they're a lot quicker to share what they have than we are. I remember several years ago when Joe first served in the upper room ministry down at the Urban Ministry Center. He was nervous about going, I think. And when he got home that night, he said, "I've just led a room full of homeless men in prayer." And would you believe that not one of those men prayed for himself? They only prayed for others. And they even prayed for me because they knew what I was doing was hard for me. Now, these are men that appear to have nothing to give, and yet they were so generous with their prayers and their compassion. And it certainly begged the question, if they could show generosity, given the hardships that they face, couldn't we do a little better? I have a good friend who I met through the Family to Family ministry here. She's a young mother with 4 small children. She works a minimum wage job. She doesn't have a car or a computer or any of the luxuries that my family takes for granted. And yet, she's one of the most generous people that I know. She always sets aside money for her own church. Even though she needs every penny that she makes, she really believes there's always someone else who needs that money more. And sometimes I feel like her house is just a revolving door of friends and family members who are down on their luck and need a place to stay. She'll take them in and let them sleep on her sofa, and she'll feed them at her table, even though she has 4 children of her own to feed. Now, I know I would find that really inconvenient, but she doesn't look at it that way. She shares what she has with gratitude. She knows that it's a privilege to have something to share. She's also not afraid to part with what she has, like I so often am. She shares what she has with the faith that God is in charge and He will provide. And I find that kind of faith really inspiring. Our family's been so fortunate to have a chance to get to know some of our neighbors living in poverty, and they're the ones teaching us that a life of generosity really is a privilege and a joy